The number one sign your connection is off as a couple who says you're fine is you don't flirt anymore. Not in text, not in the kitchen, not even a playful nudge when you walk past each other. You talk, you coordinate, you manage life, but you don't tease, you don't wink, you don't say, "Oh, really?" with that tone. And if you can't remember the last time you flirted with your own partner, this video is for you. Because what you're calling just busy might actually be something else. Hey there, I'm Ashley, the founder of Playful Remedies. Since 2009, I've helped couples get out of the "we're fine" loop and back into connection that feels light, loving, and actually fun again. If you want simple shifts that bring back spark without adding pressure or turning closeness into one more thing to add to the to-do list, hit subscribe. That's what we do here. Now let's talk about this. This video is for couples who still love each other, but the relationship feels serious all the time. You're good teammates. You show up, you handle responsibilities. But there's no playful energy, no inside jokes, no exaggerated, "ooh-wee, you're amazing," when they change shirts. No random flirty text in the middle of the day. And the scary part? You don't notice it at first. Until one day you think, when did we stop being fun? And then the quiet fear creeps in. Is this just what happens? Is this adulthood? Is this just how it is now? The number one sign the spark is fading is this. You are not playful or flirty with each other anymore. Not because you don't care, but because it feels awkward or unnecessary, or you don't know where to start. You've shifted into functional mode. Did you pay that bill? What time is practice? Can you grab tacos? You communicate, but you don't play. And flirting isn't about cheesy pickup lines. It's about energy. It's about saying, "You still light something up in me." When that fades, the relationship starts feeling friendly, but not flirty. Flirting is the bridge between friendship and intimacy. When it disappears, you don't just lose playfulness. You lose tension. You lose anticipation. You lose moments of, yes, I still choose you. Without play, everything becomes serious. And serious relationships survive, but playful relationships thrive. When you stop flirting, you start relating like coworkers. Predictable, practical, pulled back. Here's what this sign creates over time. Kisses turn into quick drive-bys. Peck, check the box, keep moving. Hugs feel like a routine hello instead of a come here. You want to reach for them, but you don't want it to turn into a whole thing. Initiating feels like stepping onto a stage, like you need a script, timing, and bravery. Touch becomes functional, a tap to get past them, not a touch because you want them. You turn out the light and roll over like, welp, another day survived. You start overthinking everything. You type a flirty text, delete it. You almost tease them, then choose the safe comment. You think about squeezing the booty in the kitchen, decide against it. You talk yourself out of the moment. You keep it practical instead of playful. And flirting is where that us feeling lives. And here's what you might be quietly thinking. Maybe I'm just not a flirty person. Maybe that phase is over. Maybe we're just more mature now. No, you're not less loving. You've just been focused on getting through the day. There's a difference. Most people think if the flirty energy fades, the love is fading. It's not. It usually just means the little moments disappeared. The wink, the tease, the drive-by compliment, the random, "come here." Love can still be there, even when the flirting isn't. But that, "oh, okay" feeling, that wakes back up with play. So here's what to do instead. Don't aim for sexy. Aim for light and easy. Bonus points if it brings a smile. Tonight, try something I call Flirt-N-Go. Your only job is to say one playful thing, not a speech, not a whole rom-com, just one small moment that says, "Hey, I still see you." Not sure what feels right to say? Here are some playful one-liner ideas to consider. "Okay, I see you." "Hi, just popping in to flirt with my favorite person." "Babe, you're looking really cute today." "Not to be dramatic, but I'm so into you. If you keep being likable, I'm gonna have to give you a big hug right now. I'm so glad you're still mine." "I was about to be productive. Then you walked in." "Don't mind me. I'm just admiring my partner." If it feels even 5% awkward, that's actually a good sign. That's just you remembering how to play again. Now let me show you what this could actually look like. You're in the kitchen or on the couch. Nothing fancy. Your partner walks by and you just casually say, "I see you looking amazing over there." That's it. No dramatic music, no performance. If they look at you like, "What was that?" you smile and say, "Flirt or dare?" If they choose flirt, you say, "Fine, you look very kissable right now." If they choose dare, you say, "Cool, 3-second kiss. Ready? Go." And then you go right back to normal life. Here are some low energy dares. Sit in my lap until the next commercial. Hold my hand for the next episode. Give me one real compliment, no sarcasm allowed. Put your phone down and look at me for 10 seconds. Hug me like you mean it for 8 seconds. Tell me one thing you appreciate about today. Let me steal one kiss on the cheek. Whisper hi in my ear like we're flirting in public. We're not trying to turn a random Tuesday into a honeymoon reboot. We're just bringing back that I like you vibe. If it lands well, if there's even a tiny smirk, you can keep it going for a few minutes. But if you're tired, one one-liner is enough. Consistency matters more than intensity. And here's the secondary sign that usually shows up with this. You laugh less together. Not because you're unhappy, but because you've stopped inviting fun into everyday moments. That's a clue, not a coincidence. So if you've stopped flirting, it doesn't mean the love is gone. It usually just means the fun got crowded out. And the good news? Fun can come back. You're not failing your relationship. You're just doing a really good job at life. Bills, schedules, responsibilities. And the us part hasn't gotten as much airtime. That's not a character flaw. It's just something you can practice again. If this feels like your Tuesday nights lately, drop the word play in the comments. And if you want a super simple way to start bringing the fun back, head to playfulremedies.com and grab Daily Love Sparks. It's 30 days of easy, playful connection ideas, totally free, straight to your inbox. Because once you notice it, you'll start catching it in real time. Like, oh, yep, there it is. And the couples who turn this around fastest aren't doing a bunch more. They're just adding one tiny playful moment back in. Alrighty, try Flirt-N-Go on the couch tonight, and I'll see you in the next video.